everybody. It's Friday. Oh my goodness, another Friday. It is April 17th, 2020, and the last day before we go on vacation. And I'll miss you for another week. And then I'll be back with another week of videos, and we'll start a new Jack and Annie story, and we'll adventure with them to the moon and see what their fourth M thing is going to be for Morgan, to help free Morgan from the spell. Then she'll be free, right? What kind of spell is she under? We don't know. We're going to find out. All right, today I have a cool story that I'm going to read to you. Another new one that I got from Amazon. I was kind of psyched that I had to buy some new books. But before we do that, let's go ahead and do today's riddle. And let's go ahead and do the secret message. All right? And then I'll read the story to you, and you can go off and have some fun and share the news and play some I Have Who Has games and do some writing and do another interactive read aloud about being an engineer in space. And then you're going to go and have a wonderful time off of home learning and off of school learning. And have a great time. And I love you so much. But let's get our work done first. All right, here we go. I have a riddle for you. Turn on your listening ears. Make sure you have the tools that you need. Do you have your dry erase surface? Your dry erase marker? Yes, I have the purple one that works better than any other color that I have. And you have your eraser. All right, today's riddle is, what room has no door, no window, and no floor? Listen again. What room has no door, no window, and no floor? All right, that's your riddle. Get your skywriter up. Write with me. Ready? What room has no door, no window, and no floor? That's right. You got another question. Done. Excellent. All right, so let's go ahead and plan our lines. I'm going to say it one more time. What room has no door, no window, and no floor? All right, I'm going to plan my lines. No window, and no floor. Guinness might join us. Hey, Ken. Hey, bud.
Come on, bud.
Hi. Hey, bud. All right, so we're working on our message here, our riddle. Remember? What room has no door, no window, and no floor? Excellent. How'd you do with your lines? Those are mine. What do you say to me? That's right. Good job, buddy. All right, here we go. Let's start with my beginning sounds, right? What room has no door, no window, and that's in my memory bank, so I'm going to write the whole thing, and no floor. All right, I'm going to go ahead and fill in the rest of mine. You fill in the rest of yours. What? All right, excellent. If you need more time, just press stop, and you can start it when you're ready. Here's mine. What room has no door, no window, and no floor. All right, so what I want you to check for, here's my eraser. I just have it here. You won't be looking for yours. Here it is. I want you to check for the memory bank word. 2 memory bank words. What and and. And then I want you to look for some word patterns. Ooh. And O in window. Excellent. And make sure you have one of those. Think about the answer. What room has no door, no window, and no floor? And go ahead and find out. Give the answer to your family, and they'll let you know what the answer is, what the right answer is. All right, my friends. Shake your brains. Let's do a little word building. You ready? Let's do, you know what? We're going to make a little ladder here. And we're going to start with this pattern. What's that one again? That's right, Ike. Let's make the word bike. Bike. Good. Let's change the word bike to bake, like cake. What do you hear next? Ache, like cake. Excellent. Now let's change bake to make. Make. We'll change the beginning. Make. Keep the same word pattern. Excellent. Let's do make and turn it into shake. Shake. Excellent. Let's turn shake into shack. Ooh, we're going to keep that same beginning sound, and then the word pattern changes, right? Shack. Good. Excellent. Now let's change shack to back. Excellent. And then we can change back to bike. And we did a whole ladder there, starting with the same first word and the same last word. Excellent. See if you can do one of your own using the word pattern ink. You try it with the word pattern ink. See if you can do it on your own. If you can build a little ladder, even if it's 3 or 4 words. Take a picture. Send it to me. All right. Nice job, my friends. Okay. Let's put away... Oh, no. You put away your tools. I have a secret message for you today. You ready? Move it around. Maybe stand it up. Raise the roof. Maybe you want to pause a minute. Do a little go noodle. Your choice. You decide. And here I go with today's secret message. Oh, it's... Okay. What do you notice? That's right. 2 messages. All right, let's start with our memory bank words. What do you got? In. Good. What do you got? The. Good. Here's that one you sometimes get tricked on. And. Good. Another one. The. Let's try this one. Let's put this one in our memory. This is one that we use a lot and we spell wrong a lot. That one is was. You say it. Was. Good. Ooh, let's challenge you. This was one of our words earlier this week. Did it. And last one, G-O, go. Nice job. All right, so now we need to do some word patterns. Look at all those words that we filled in. Good. All right, so we have this word pattern that you guys know so well. Ack, good. Ooh or that's right. Today it's going to be Ooh. Ooh or that's right. This time it's going to be ooh. All right, so that's what we've got. Are you ready to build some words? Word pattern? Yep. Make the word. You got it. Jack. Good. Now this one is Remember, What is it? Looked. Good. Jack looked in the we're gonna do sound by sound with this one. Ready? S. K. Excellent. You're guessing. Nice job. And this Y is gonna say I. You got it. What is it? Sky. And the, let's build this word, a beginning and an end. And the moon was, here we go, sound by sound. G, don't guess. On, silent E, does not make the O say its name for some reason. Gone, excellent. Touch and read, ready? Jack looked in the sky and the moon was gone. And I'm going to give you this word. That is where did it go? Does anybody know? Where did the moon go? Have you been doing your moon journal? When there's no moon left in the sky, we call that the new moon. When it's a full moon, you see the whole thing. When it's a new moon, you don't see it at all. All of it is covered in the shadows. All right, I'm going to erase my board. Nice job with the secret message today. I can tell you've been practicing. Good work, everybody. All right, I have this cool new story. If you decide to go to the moon. It will tell you how to get there and what to do after you land. The most important part tells you how to get home. Check the things you'll need: a spacesuit, air tanks, books, and games. Don't forget your diary where you're going to write down all your thoughts, and plenty of food. Bring peanut butter, apples, and cake. They'll all taste good in outer space. Water and juice is also important. To get to the moon, you will travel about 240,000 miles. It's a long trip, but rocket ships go fast. If you average 3,750 miles per hour, that's really, really fast. On the highway, you can only go 55. You can get there in 2.5 days. So you'll have to sleep on the space shuttle for 2 days before you get there. Get aboard, close the hatch, light the burners. 10, 9, 8, 7. Blast off! You shoot up, up, up into the sky as your ship rises through the clouds. Your body is pressed against the seat. At first you feel very heavy. Don't worry, this feeling will go away. For a few seconds, you fly through a mixture of clouds and air and dust that hangs over the earth. It's not very thick. Only about 15 miles. You'll shoot right through it and out into space. So that's the atmosphere that keeps our clouds in and keeps the heat from the sun in. Space is dark and empty. There's no air in space, no clouds, no rain, only a few specks of dust. Some rocks called meteors, some chunks of ice called comets. Both meteors and comets are pieces of stars that exploded long ago and have been flying around out in outer space ever since. If you hit one, it would be really bad. But space is so big and you're so small that a collision is unlikely. In the blackness of space, the stars shine like millions of fireflies. The sun blazes with fiery light, and the mysterious moon, glows like a pearl in the black, black sky. Of course, you know that the moon has no light of its own. It only glows in the light of the sun. Up here in space, you feel very alone. Don't look back at the earth. It will make you feel even lonelier. This is the time to play some cheerful music. Eat a peanut butter sandwich. And keep your eyes fixed on the shining moon and settle down for a long ride. Relax, take off your seatbelt and be prepared for a surprise. Because you're weightless in space, you'll feel amazingly light. You'll float like a feather inside the cabin and bounce off the cabin walls. But you'll bounce very lightly and find that it's lots of fun. Look, spinning around. Oh, he's eating his yogurt. If you're thirsty, don't pour orange juice into a glass. That's what he's drinking, orange juice. With everything weightless, it would collect into floating liquid balls and become an orange juice blob. You can drink out of a squeeze bottle instead. After supper, and then a squeeze of juice, and it's time for bed. Off you go. See? Dreaming just like in the space station. Tie yourself to your bunk so you won't float away and settle down for a good night's sleep. Of course, there's no night in space. You'll have to pretend. Try to have sweet dreams. When you wake, you'll be much closer to the moon. It'll be big and round and very bright, with dark patches that look like lakes or seas. They made 1 billion years ago when the moon was very hot enough to melt stone. Now and then, melted stone spurted up through the crust and spread out on the surface like spilled soup. When it cooled, it hardened into stone called lava. From Earth, these smooth, dark places look like oceans. Playing cards will help you pass the time, but if you drop them, they'll drift around the cabin like butterflies. Floating around to catch them feels like swimming in a dream. The first humans go to the moon landed in the Sea of Tranquility. It's marked on your moon map and would be a good place to land. But you still have a long way to go. When you're tired, lay down and look at the stars. On Earth, you only see the stars are above you, but in here, they're in every direction. You might write in your diary, I wonder how far space goes and where it ends. Kind of like the question I asked you on Monday. At last, when you read all your books and you've played all your games and you wake from your nap, you see the moon right there below you. Look down to the endless desert. Everything is all one color. Silver. Gray. Craters are holes made by meteors that have rained down on the moon through the ages. Some were huge that made deep holes, hundreds of miles across. Of course, you steer clear from these rocky places and find a good place to land. At last, you see the lava lake below, the Sea of Tranquility. Get ready to land! As you descend, the craft shivers and shakes and settles softly. You feel a bump. You're on the moon. Your first look will be disappointing. All you see through the porthole is a cloud of dust stirred up by your landing. Put on your spacesuit and your air tank while you wait for it to settle, and then open the hatch and jump out. You'll land lightly. The moon is smaller than the Earth and has less gravity to pull you down. If you weigh 60 pounds on Earth, which is right around what you guys weigh, you'll only weigh 10 pounds on Earth. Your step will be difficult and you'll rise into the air and leap forward like a kangaroo. But once you learn how, walking will be really fun. Each step takes you 5 times farther than on Earth. Leaping over the boulders and craters, you cover the ground with a magical swiftness. The moonscape is strange, but it doesn't look dangerous. You wish you could take off your suit and play in all that dust. Kind of like snow, maybe. Don't do it! The heat from the sun will burn you up. Because there's no air or water on the moon, there's no clouds to shield the heat from the sun or the cold space. Anything touched by the sun is so blistering hot. Anything in shadows is instantly freezing cold. Without your spacesuit, you will sizzle or freeze. As you walk, you'll notice your boots don't crunch on pebbles. If you take a hammer to hit a rock, there's no bang. It's impossible to make noise on the moon. Without air to carry sound, you won't hear a bell ring. You won't hear a horn blow. You can't hear a whistle or a song on the moon. If you kick a pebble, it will bounce, but it won't make any sounds. As you keep walking, the silence and stillness are kind of eerie. That's kind of like creepy. Nothing moves. The boulders and hills have strange shapes. Some hills look like dinosaurs. Some boulders look like giant turtles, or weird birds, or a herd of cows, or a heap of jagged rocks might look like a ruined castle. You feel as if you might be in a fairy tale, or is it a dream? Your map tells you that the astronauts' camp is just over the next hill. You climb and you wonder if things will look different on the other side. Will you find some green? Something alive? A meadow of moon grass? A herd of moon cows? What do you think? The answer is no. The hills stretch on and on, the horizon where the rim of the moon meets the blackness of space. Everything on the moon is lifeless and still. To find the astronauts' camp, climb to the top of the boulder, use your binoculars and scan the distance. Look for a patch of color, red, white, and blue! That's right, it's the American flag that the astronauts left behind. It will stand out against the gray dust. As you get closer to the camp, you'll see everything the astronauts left behind. Lunar dust, tools, equipments are all scattered about. Their boot prints look fresh, as if they were made just a minute ago. For anybody who visits the moon, you'll find written on a plaque, "Here, men from the planet Earth set foot on the moon, July 1969. But the flag they planted isn't flying. The flagpole wasn't blown over from the blast when the astronauts took off, and the flag is laying in the dust. If you pick it up and push it into the sand, the flag is stiffened with wires so it looks as if it was flying, even though there's no wind. It is a brave and wonderful sight that reminds you of the courage that the astronauts who brought it there. If astronauts even return, they will find the flag flying once again and your footprints in the dust. By now, your tank of air must be half empty. It's time to return to your ship. Your trail of footprints will lead you back. You retrace your steps in leaps and bounds, and then you see your spaceship waiting. You suddenly you're suddenly terribly homesick. You can't wait to get back to Earth. Take a last look at the moonscape, get aboard, close the hatch, and hope that the computers will start. You push buttons, lights flicker, machinery whirs, rockets fire. Your ship lifts off. Your heart lifts off too. Oops, that's right, the ending page. But then you have thousands of miles to travel. You'll just have to be patient. Remember, 24,000 miles. Whenever you feel discouraged, just look through your porthole. You'll see a beautiful sight. Earth, surrounded by stars, shining like a blue and white ball on the Christmas tree. The nearer you get to Earth, the more wonderful Earth will seem. Finally, you're close enough to see the continents and the oceans. You'll see the clouds and the rain and the wind moving across them, connecting everything on Earth. You look down at the oceans, you think of all the animals that live there. The fish, the whales, the seals, the turtles, the dolphins, soaring seabirds, and countless more. You can see the snow caps of the North Pole and imagine great white bears wandering over the ice floes. You can see Earth's marvelous variety, green forest and grassy plains, Mountains, lakes, and deserts that are home to animals, plants, and people too. Why is Earth so different from the moon? Earth has air and water on which life depends. Without them, Earth would be as lifeless as the moon. Air and water are Earth's special blessings. We have to guard them well. Your trip is almost over. Your ship has reached the atmosphere. You drop down through the clouds and land on green grass. You jump out, thankful for a miraculous journey and a safe return. You're home. As you bend down to kiss the ground, you promise you will always do your best to protect the life on this beautiful earth. All right, my friends. Go ahead and listen to the last interactive read aloud, and go ahead and share the news with your family, and go ahead and talk about the questions at the end of the read aloud, and you're going to compliment somebody for your share the news. Start with, I like to see you, and I'm going to compliment you today. I like to see you learning on your own because you love to learn. That's the most special thing about kindergarten, is kindergartners learn how to love to learn, and you guys certainly do. All right, your challenge this week is use anything that you can find to build some sort of spacecraft to get you to the moon. All right, my friends, have a wonderful, wonderful week off. Have lots more fun with your families. Wash your hands. Catch your sneezes and your coughs. And stay healthy and stay safe. And I'll see you in a week. A little more than a week. All right. Love you guys. Bye-bye.